Breaking news is Brie Larson is being used by Team AH as part of the attack on JD as he premieres his brand new movie at the Cannes Film Festival. And I find all of that to be rather ironic considering Time's Up is being used as part of that attack. You know, they're saying Brie Larson, she was a quote-unquote outspoken advocate for Time's Up. Yeah, Time's Up was a scam. A scam, by the way, that was co-created by Roberta Kaplan, one of AH's ex-lawyers. And can you guess who was working with her at the time? Brie Larson. That's right. She was part of Time's Up with AH's ex-lawyer. See, they can't stand the idea that JD is winning right now. He's winning big time. He's doing it without them too. Oh, and they keep bringing stuff like this up, which is beautiful to see. Yeah, Hollywood, they never learn. I mean, look at all of the franchises damaged already by joining up with Team AH. I mean, you have Fantastic Beasts, Aquaman's done, Pirates, and more. Now you have Brie Larson stepping into the fray with a new movie coming up, by the way. You would think Disney wouldn't want this, Brie Larson wouldn't want it, but hey, here we are. Let's talk about it too. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. This breaking news, oh, it is amazing because Hollywood, they never learn. I mean, here we have JD. He is on a huge winning streak. Why? Because the world has backed him. Now he's at Cannes Film Festival. He's promoting a new movie. He's selling another project. Team AH, they're salty about that, so they approach people like Brie Larson. What comes from that? Well, you can see Variety speaking. Cannes juror Brie Larson, unsure if she'll see the JD movie, quote, "I don't know how I'll feel about it." See, all of this ends up kicking off at a press junket for Cannes. I mean, you have all of these different press conferences. One of them, it's about juror members. They're going to tell you what they think. They're going to hype things up. And Brie Larson is fed some bait by Team AH's media shills. Now, at first, she handles this pretty well, too. I mean, she's like, she's a little evasive here. She says, you're asking me that. Why exactly are you doing that? I'm sorry. I don't understand the correlation, or why me specifically? Why are you pointing that my way? Then she gets pressed on this. And when she gets pressed on this, she says the following. I think that this says a lot too. She says, "You'll see, I guess, if I'll see it." So she said, you'll find out later or not if I'm going to go see that movie. And I don't know how I'll feel about it if I do. Now, the way that Team AH's media shills qualify asking this question is by saying, hey, Brie Larson, you've been an outspoken advocate of a certain hashtag. In fact, you were on the board of the Time's Up movement, the big advocacy group. I mean, hey, what do you have to say about all of that? Now, Brie Larson, of course, does not quantify anything in association with Time's Up. She doesn't bring it up at all, and neither do Team AH's media shills. They don't really talk about it either. Why? Well, this thing was co-created, like I said, by one of AH's ex-lawyers, Roberta Kaplan, and it was a scam. In fact, listen to this here. Quote, "The organization, which is comprised of Time's Up Foundation, Time's Up Now, Inc., in its inaugural founding year, 2018, it raised $3,670,219, but spent $1,407,032 on salaries and only $312,001 on the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund for people that they're supposed to be going out and actually advocating for. Now, to give you an idea of just how bad that is, and that is really bad, by the way, charity watchdog groups such as Charity Navigator, they talk about a lot of charities, they keep eyes on them. They recommend that a nonprofit, they spend 75% of the revenue on their mission. So as far as Time's Up is concerned, they're supposed to be getting legal representation. They're supposed to spend 3/4 of what they bring in on that while spending 25% on administration. Administration, that means all other items, but time's up. Yeah, they were spending 38% of everything that they were bringing in on salaries alone. Now, Variety, of course, is the outlet that pulled all of this, because of course they did. I mean, they're owned by the same media outlet that owns places like the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone kicked all of that targeting JD off. They've targeted him throughout the years. They even targeted him on the day the decision came in. They put out an article called Men Always Win, and they wanted denouncements from people. Now they wanted a denouncement from Brie Larson, and really, I mean, they're bringing up Captain Marvel, they're bringing up Disney and more. Yeah, do you think Disney wants to get back in this, considering they lost out on that Pirates of the Caribbean money? They were embarrassed publicly because they stood with AH, they listened. She threatened to sue them more. Do you think that they want their golden goose, their Marvel franchise, hurt? Of course they don't. But Brie Larson, she gives into the bait anyway. See, for people like Brie Larson, there's a smarter way to handle outlets like Variety. And that assumes, of course, you don't want to let a certain finger do the talking. I mean, me, yeah, I'd probably have a different way. But say you want a more diplomatic statement, I think this is the best way to handle things. This came from the Cannes Film Festival boss. He said, I don't know about the image of JD in the United States. To tell you the truth, in my life, I only have one rule. It's the freedom of thinking and the freedom of speech, and to act within a legal framework. If JD had been banned from acting in a film, or the film was banned, we wouldn't be talking about it here. But of course, that's not the thing. This controversy, he said, that came up once the film was announced at Cannes. Now, along with that, too, he brought up something that the media, they love to dance around. The fact that this movie was directed by a female. He said, you don't need to be asking me the questions. If you want to know about this film, you want to know why it exists, you should ask her. You should ask her why it's happening. And I can tell you why, by the way. Her family, her ex-husband, he was targeted by that same media, the same type of accusations, and that led to the same thing that we've seen with JD. We've seen his family targeted, and she, of course, she watched this even after a case dissolved, even after nothing went forward, it still goes on, just like it went with JD. That's because these folks, they're salty. I mean, you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt you did nothing wrong. You can win in a courtroom, and well, you can win everywhere else too. JD, $20 million, a historic deal. He's got movies on the way, and of course, Brie Larson, she gives him the bait. I mean, these folks, they should learn. I mean, really, when will Hollywood learn? Never, probably never. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. Want to help the channel out? Links are in the description. And thank you. Appreciate you. Going to end here. Thanking you again. See you soon.